Parents somehow compete among themselves. They use their children to fight, compete.
Hello, welcome to the gospel. On this channel, you are going to get soul lifting message, faith content, and video that will help you to grow your spiritual life. Remember, don't forget to subscribe this channel for more new video updates.
Parents somehow compete among themselves. They use their children to fight, compete. They're happy. They greet themselves, but they're in competition with their children. They use their children. It's ungodly, it's fleshly. Don't get into it. And don't let anybody pull you into it. It's very fleshly. It's not good. One of the challenging things that ultra-modern parents, whether you are a single mother or you and a husband are raising kids, they are led by their children. They give an uncanny credit to the wisdom of their children. If there's anything you ought to know about children, the Bible tells you foolishness is bound in the heart of a child. They're born with foolishness. That's why they're called children, not because they're small. Their minds are also undeveloped. So he says the rod of correction. That means if you correct them, you will drive away foolishness from them. Many don't correct their children. They follow their children. Yes, you're proud of your daughter. You're proud of your son. That's wonderful. It's great to be proud of them. I mean, every little development that you observe in them makes you excited. That's normal, especially mothers. No matter how smart your child is, he or she is still a child. Always remember that. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, from verse 16. Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child. When your king is a child, when you are led by a child, it says, woe unto you. Verse 17. Blessed art thou, O land, when thy king is the son of nobles. That means one who has been trained, refined character. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 4. And I will give, look at this, it's a judgment. And I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them. When a child decides what happens in the home, the child has said, we're not going to church. We can't go to church today. Children learn very quickly how to be in control. They learn it very quickly. Very quickly. They know how to put you under pressure. They learn it quickly. A child must be disciplined. If you don't discipline the child, then you are raising a thug. Someone who's going to do you harm someday. A dangerous person in society. I told you, to be a mother is about a future. So what's the future of the child you are raising? What is the future of this child? Do you know that you can determine the future of the child and therefore the future of others in his world? Praying for your children is very important. It's one of your major responsibilities, and you can't handle it lightly, because once you have a child, a future has been entrusted to you. If the child becomes a blessing to others, credit to you. If the child becomes a worry to others, blame on you. The ministry completely changed when the ladies entered. Completely. When we just started in the ministry, and we were all guys. And this was how we thought the ministry was supposed to go. We were just 7 of us, and we thought this is the way we're going to go. The 7 of us would be going to different places and preaching the gospel everywhere. We were called Youth for Christ, YFC. This is how the ministry is going to go. So we're having a global vision, but we thought the 7 of us will do it. We didn't know how big the world was. And then we won some ladies who wanted to join our prayer meeting. We weren't very sure that we wanted them there. But there was no alternative to send them to. So we tolerated them. Yeah, we tolerated them in the prayer meeting. So they were among us. We're not so comfortable, but we allowed them. And then we had just about 4 ladies, joining these 6, 7 guys. And then the next thing we know, we appoint the next meeting. And then they come with like 25 other people. And it's these ladies who brought them. So we thought, what's going on here? We weren't planning to start a fellowship or anything like that. 7 of us for God all over the world. The next meeting, there's more. And who's bringing them? The ladies are winning the souls and bringing them. Then we realized that God was trying to do something with our lives. Now, when are we having another, there's a name we used to call this, love feast, they call it. Are we having another love feast? Now they're asking us. Yes, we would like to have another one. And then we fix the date. And all the brothers, we didn't have to do nothing. The ladies prepared everything. We didn't spend anything. We don't even know where they got money from. I remember one occasion we were planning to have an outreach. This is, we had these holidays, 3 months holidays. And so we said, we're going to hire an auditorium and use that auditorium for 3 months and preach the gospel. There was one of the ladies that said to me, how much will it cost? It's 1,000 naira. I wonder what you're thinking now. What? 1,000 was big deal. The most I'd ever had up till then was 250 naira. Then she said, I'll give you the money. What? One lady, I'll give you the money. I said, God bless you. The next day, she got the money out and gave me the money. So it's just the way God did it. So when you see yourself always wanting to help, to support, it's because that's what God made. And when you get the opportunity, fill it. Do it. Because you will never be truly satisfied or fulfilled until you play your role. If you really think that the Lord has been gracious to you, you want to show it. There are things we do in love for Jesus Christ, right? And very simple words. He says, if you love me, keep my commandments. Keep my word. Do what I tell you. If you love me, do what I tell you. It's as simple as that. He didn't say, if you love me, sing to me. If you love me, dance for me. Like some people say that on Thanksgiving Day. They are really going to dance for Jesus to know how grateful they are. He's not asking for your dance. If you love me, do what I tell you. And one of the major things he asks you to do is what? Win souls. So if you love Jesus, win souls. It's a measure of your love. You don't want someone getting mad at you for talking about Jesus Christ. So you're careful. You don't want to go too far for Jesus Christ. But if you love him, you don't care. You're going to talk about him anyway. Oh, there are many of you who were thrown out of your parents' home or your spouse's home because of Jesus. So next time you talk about Jesus, you leave this house. You say, I'm ready. I can't stop talking about him. They say, don't talk about Jesus in the office. You say, I can't stop. I can't stop. Then they say, all right, then go. You say, I quit. But the other guy who loves little, he will come and warn you. Be careful. Use wisdom. You don't have to preach Jesus everywhere. Don't talk about him here. When we close, you can always talk about Jesus outside. Now they're very spiritual. They're going to counsel you, tell you where to talk about Jesus Christ. How they have been able to maintain their wonderful position by hiding their identity. They don't talk about Jesus. So if you will just keep Jesus aside, you get the promotions. The boss will love you. They don't know who you are. You're not there to try to get the boss's favor. You're there to win the boss, Jesus Christ. If he doesn't follow, he will soon find out who is the real boss. Do you know you're offending the boss? Say, my dad is the boss. You have no fear of man. Never have any fear of man. All those panic attacks that Satan uses in deceiving. Something happens and your heart starts beating real fast. Say, no! No! Talk to your heart. Say, no! I refuse to fear. Don't allow it. Say, I'm in control. You can't say, because he's my husband, I have to do whatever he says. Yes, you have to do whatever he says as long as it is not inconsistent with what God says. Because the head of every man is Christ. Yes, the head of the woman is the man. But as long as he too recognizes that he has a head. Your mother-in-law came to visit. Because your husband has not been a respectful son, doesn't have much respect for his mom, you also join your disrespectful husband to disrespect your mother-in-law. Will God accept such a thing? No. Since you knew that your mother-in-law will be coming, even if you didn't know and she suddenly appeared, you have to treat her with respect Don't join your husband to fight his mother. There's a curse. If you join, you will now inherit the curse along with your children. That's not a good thing. Don't let it happen to you. How do you treat guests that come to your home? Because you see, you may be shouting hallelujah in church, but if your behavior at home is not okay, then you find the Holy Spirit resisting you. Learn to entertain. That is an important thing, especially guests from the house of God. You may not get too many of that, but every time you get that, think about it. Especially those of you who are leaders in church, pastors, deacons, TCF leaders. When you have other leaders from church visiting your home, learn to entertain them. Because when you entertain them according to the Lord, you are entertaining Him. All those special plates that you have kept since your wedding. You said when you have special visitors, that's when you bring them out. But you have had special visitors, you didn't recognize them. Who could be more special to you than your pastors and your leaders? There's a lot of blessing you receive from there because they will utter words. They will pray in your home. Do you realize that by their visits, your home could just suddenly become the headquarters of angelic visitations? You don't know that? You receive them several times and the angels are happy about it. They'll make report of that to heaven. The next thing you know, they'll be guiding them to come pray in your house. Before long, your home becomes a center of angelic activities. If you have any infirmity of the body for which you need healing, that can be done in a split second. You're in the house of God, and in the house of God, all things are possible. Doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter for how long it's been. Put your hand there. In the name of...
Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more new video updates. God bless.